All of the demons snapped back to reality, finding themselves on the ground of the Infinity Castle. Suwata, what the hell was that? Why did the dream realm just shatter? Muzan asked, looking over at Suwata, who was holding her head. Oh, she must have snapped awake. Haven't had that happen before. Muzan went over to her, being almost gentle. Are you alright? I'll be fine. Just give me a minute to regain my bearings. He nodded, standing up to check on Yuki. He walked over to her, and she was surprisingly quiet, acting like she was still asleep. He reached to grab her chin, but as soon as he made contact, Yuki's body began to create a blue glow. In a violent outburst, she began to thrash against her chains, screaming at the top of her lungs. It was you! You killed my family! You turned me into this monster! What the hell did you do to my sister? Her eyes were glowing a bright icy blue as she looked at all of the demons in the room. Suwata, Akaza, and Doma had red outlines around them, indicating their status as one of the 12 Kizuki. However, when she looked at Muzan, he was outlined in black. The black outline indicated he was the strongest demon out of them all. The Demon King. My, she's quite the feisty one, isn't she? Doma cooed, roughly grabbing her chin to inspect her. And quite beautiful, if I do say so myself. Akaza pinched his brow, pulling Doma away from Yuki. That's enough from you. I'm sick and tired of you. Mind your own business for once in your life. Suwata finally picked herself up, not feeling the lightheadedness anymore. That's enough, both of you. We got what we came for, so let's leave her here and finish her off. I won't let you kill me! Yuki screamed, beginning to freeze her shackles from the overwhelming amount of anger and power she exuded. I don't think we asked for your opinion. You served your purpose and given me the information I need. Muzan explained, looking over to Doma. Since I know Akaza wouldn't hurt a young woman like her, Doma, be useful for once and freeze her. Aw, do I have to? I'd like to keep her for myself. She's a Hashira, and a strong one at that. With her powers, she could take you out. Now hurry up and do as I say before I behead you myself. Oh, fine. But I'm not happy about this. No, don't! Before she could finish, her body was surrounded by an ice-cold embrace. Doma had encased her body in ice, leaving her to be killed by the ice crystals that would soon fill her lungs. Such a waste of a gorgeous specimen. Oh well. Had to do it, even if it's a shame. Stop complaining, Doma. Akaza snapped. Just shut up and go back to your loyal followers. Oh, Akaza, you're always so hostile to me. And I thought we were friends. Doma rested his arm on Akaza's shoulder. Akaza was quick to react by punching Doma in the jaw, splattering his blood across the floor. Muzan was unamused with Akaza's outburst and left without another word, trying to guide Suwata out with him. Suwata kept her gaze on the ice before looking at Muzan. I'll follow in a minute. I want to make sure Akaza and Doma don't do anything stupid. Muzan nodded. All right, but please get some rest soon. You still look rather weak. Of course. I'll come and find you once I'm done here. Muzan nodded once more before leaving Suwata with Akaza and Doma. Suwata walked up to them and asked, Are you both going to continue acting like children, or are you going to act like adults and continue with your missions? Aw, what's the matter, Sawada? Feeling sympathy for the Hashira? Doma cooed, resting a hand on Suwada's shoulder. I've told you before, I'm not interested. I just want to make sure you both don't do anything stupid or reckless. Don't worry, I'm not going to do anything, Akaza said, pulling Doma away from her. This one I'm not so sure about. Hey! That's enough, both of you. Go ahead and continue your work. Lord Muzan expects a lot from you both. They both nodded and left the room, arguing. Their voices faded as they got further and further away. Suwada waited for their voices to be gone before looking back at Yuki's coffin of ice. I shouldn't feel bad for you, yet I do for some reason. Why do your memories seem so familiar to me? She felt so conflicted about Yuki's circumstances. She wanted to free her, but she knew she didn't have enough energy to overpower a blood demon art, let alone Doma's. Suwada let out a deep sigh before turning away to leave Yuki there, but not before muttering one last time. Keep fighting, Yuki. I hope we make it out of there alive. Even if we don't know each other and are sworn enemies. You didn't deserve any of this. She walked away without another word, going to find Muzan to help her regain her strength. The silence inside the icy prison was almost deafening. The only thing that could be heard was Yuki's heartbeat, beginning to slow down the longer she froze inside. She began to succumb to the ice, her eyes falling closed as she began to lose consciousness, but she heard a muffled voice from the outside. Keep fighting, Yuki. I hope you make it out of there alive. The rest of her words were muddled as Yuki slipped into unconsciousness. And then there was silence. Eerie silence. Yuki. Mom? Yuki opened her eyes, seeing her mother's spirit before her eyes. Tears welled up, rushing towards her to hug her tight, but she phased right through her mother's spirit. You aren't dead, Yuki. You won't die in this state. Mom, how are you here? I'm here to tell you that you need to believe in yourself. You still have a mission to complete, so don't succumb to this defeat. Rise up and defeat your enemy. You have the power to change things. You just have to unlock it. Mom. She reached out to her, her hand phasing through once more. Please, don't go. Tears were falling from her eyes, watching her mother's spirit fade away. Believe in yourself, Yuki. Like I believe in you. You are an amazing demon slayer and an even greater Hashira. I'm so proud of you. Her spirit entirely faded, leaving Yuki alone in her mind. Then there was silence again. Eerie silence. The sound of breaking ice echoed through the halls of the Infinity Castle. Yuki's body was glowing bright blue as she sprinted around, looking for an escape with her newfound surge of demonic energy. She ran for what seemed like hours, losing herself in the endless hallways of the Infinity Castle. After running for a while, she came across what looked to be an area to worship a god, and Yuki saw Doma eating his follower. The woman he was consuming was already dead, but he looked up at Yuki, his rainbow eyes filled with a fake intrigue. "Oh? How did you escape my eyes?" he questioned, fake curiosity laced in his voice. "I don't see how that matters," Yuki said, getting herself into a fighting position, even if she didn't have her Nichiren blades. "All that matters is that I get home in one piece. I'm not going to let you continue harming innocent women." Doma dropped the woman's head he was carrying and stood up with an apathetic smile. "You claim such bold things, but you have no power over anything here. This is my territory, and I'm the one in control." "Your words are nothing but empty threats. You may be stronger, but I know you won't kill me. I know you can't, because I can only be beheaded to get killed. I'm a demon, after all. You should know how our kind dies." Doma gave her an unamused stare, opening his fans and holding one in front of his face. "I may be unable to kill you, but I can at least weaken you to the point of no return. Unlike normal demons, you have a limit to how much power you can use. It's only a matter of time before your power gives out and you collapse to the floor." "I'll escape here before I let that happen," Yuki said, charging towards Doma and getting into hand-to-hand combat with him. She moved at incredible speeds, quicker than Doma thought she would. Doma countered all of her attacks, sending more and more ice towards her, some of it grazing her skin, making her bleed. Doma was firm and matched Yuki's speed. The two went into an intense battle, shooting ice at each other. Doma in large bursts, and Yuki with precise shots. Both of them were using incredible amounts of power, but the glow around Yuki began to fade, and she felt herself weakening. "Damn it. Not now," she muttered, trying not to let the surge end. Doma noticed her speed diminishing and shot ice towards the door, blocking Yuki inside with him. He hit once more, this enough to catch her arm and immobilize her, freezing her arm to the wall. He let out a dark laugh as he walked over to her, inspecting her as the glow faded and her eyes began to fall shut. He lifted her chin, his ice-cold hand sending a shiver down Yuki's spine as he made contact with her. "Seems like your little burst of energy is coming to an end. It is quite a shame since our little scuffle was getting rather fun. You won't get away with this. I'll kill you sooner or later." "That's doubtful. I'm the third strongest demon, just behind Kokushibo and Lord Muzan himself. You stand no chance against me or any of the upper ranks." Yuki was struggling against the ice, trying to break away from it, but she felt the surge end. A sudden wave of drowsiness hit her, and she struggled to keep herself conscious. "No, I can't lose. Not like this. Shh. Just relax. I'm going to have fun with you. All in due time." Yuki stopped struggling, allowing her body to succumb to sleep, letting Doma's dark laugh fill her mind as she slipped into the realm of the unconsciousness once more.